What's up guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you how to use the IKEA V5 decorated full base. It has 3600 smokers and it makes 720 kelp a second. It has a bone storage of 10.368 million and a blaze rod storage of 2.592 million. All the storages are calculated to be able to run for a total of 12 hours. So the dried kelp block storage, the blaze rod storage, and the bone storage all support up to 12 hours of runtime, so about overnight. I wanted to start off by showing you guys how it looks from the control room. So down here, we have the spot where you drop blaze rods, shulker cells for the blaze rod loaders, and chest for the blaze rod loaders, chest for the bone loaders, shulker cells for the bone loaders, and the bones. On this button, you start the farm, and up here we have the dried kelp block storage, and the shulker boxes of dried kelp loop around here, and eventually it should all fill up. You go down right here, and on a nice slab there, and over here we have the farm. So you can see all the kelp growings, which is pretty cool, and the same with the second farm. And over here you can see all the dried kelp blocks falling down here, and you can also see them flowing into the storage right here. Over here, you don't have to fill this up very often, just maybe once every 5 runs. You want to just make sure this chest is almost always full, because this is the dried kelp shulker loader, and this is the refill for chest and shulker shells. It does not use very much of this, but you will have to refill it eventually. I also recommend, no, actually, you need to fill up all shulker loaders with this recipe using chests and shells like this. So shells there, and crafters there. And you should fill all the shulker loader crafters up like this before you drop in any shulker shells or bones, because if you just drop the shulker shells or the chests, they will fill this up randomly. So for example, all of these shulker loaders that have crafters should all have this recipe. So even these or these. However, these ones should have no recipe and just be left entirely empty. All of these that are at the smokers. Remember to place water in all of the water elevators. So on every block there should be a piece of water. You can do this by either placing water buckets all the way up, ice, and break it, or kelp. If we turn the farm on, we can see that this kelp starts breaking, and it looks pretty cool, right? And it falls down these tubes, and it's pretty cool that you can see it fall down. And over here we can see the kelp going up again, and it leads to the smokers. So it flows all the way here, and then oh, that's not supposed to be there. Then it drops down here. Even though you're not gonna see this, it just looks very cool that it just falls down perfectly, and then it goes into the smokers and goes around, and it has the exact amount of smokers needed, so it will never overflow unless you don't have enough blaze rods. So always make sure to fill up the blaze rod entirely before the first use, and after that make sure you fill it up a lot before every use, because otherwise all the smokers will not be filled with blaze rods, and then all of them won't work. So yeah, these are the shulker unloaders for the blaze rods, and they spit out the empty shulkers into cactuses. And yeah, just make sure you have a block under the sand, and if any of your cactuses are not placing or breaking, it might be because you have a block next to them. Also make sure you have a block on top, because if it's just like this and the cactus grows, it's gonna break when it reaches this, and the shulkers are just gonna get spit out. These are the blaze rod shulker loaders, and there are 14 of these, which is gonna allow you to drop which is gonna allow you to drop 4,032 blaze rods per second, which is a bit less than 2 pages a second. But yeah, it's like 1.5 pages a second. Then over here, we have our bone loaders, and there's a lot more of those. There are actually 36 of these. And since we have 36, that is gonna allow us to drop over 10,000 bones per second, which is around 4 pages. So you won't have to worry about dropping bones slow. This is the bone storage, and yeah, it's over 10 million bones. And we have the shulker unloaders, and these are the crafters. And yeah, the system is very weird, but yeah, I couldn't bother making it look pretty because you're not gonna see that. I also wrote the text IKEA right here because it looks very cool. And I've decorated the base with some pillars there and some yellow lines everywhere. And I think that these tubes look very cool. Here are some instructions before first use. You gotta select the correct slots in the shulker loaders, crafters, to the shulker recipe. So, for example, if I have the crafters over here, I want to click these slots. So, for example, I should only leave these slots not clicked. So I click this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one, and do that for all the shulker loader crafters. This farm makes $216 million per hour, or 5.1 billion per day. If you max out the storage, you can make around $2.6 billion. The nice thing about this full base is that you never have to leave the control room after you've done all the shulker loaders and check the recipes and all that. So you can always just be in here and never have to worry about the outside. This is the entire area you have to dig out for this base. It's 78 wide, 42 high, and 73 long. It has 9,645 hoppers, but that's completely fine because the hopper limit on Donors MP is 20,000. For the blue concrete, you do not have to use blue concrete at all. And if you want, you can just use yellow concrete or just another solid block. Just make sure it's not like glass or any weird blocks. So just use like normal, you can use stone, dirt, deep slate, whatever you want. But I would like it if you use the blue concrete because, you know, it's IKEA and that's blue and yellow. And also, if you're building this base, you shouldn't really have to worry about the cost of concrete. It's only like 20 mil. The schematic for this farm is in my Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.